Hello ladies and gentlemen, Safehouse here and welcome to my guide on fishing in ArcheAge. Fishing is really complex and really in-depth, so I'll go through it slowly and really make sure I cover everything about it. So what you're going to want to start off doing is just beach fishing really. So all you need is worms, which you can make on your farm or you can buy from the auction house. I personally buy them from the auction house myself because I'm not really a farmer and I like to save my labour points to use while fishing. So as you can see, your inventory fills up pretty quick with fish, but the main thing you want are these waterlogged lock boxes. You can sell them on the auction house. They're down to about 4 gold at the moment, but they were initially 7 gold when I first started. You can open them up, you'll get Nui Tears, Gilder Stars, level 50 items, and some crafting materials. So I generally sell them just because I'm not really a lucky person when it comes to opening these kind of things. But if you are pretty lucky and you want to open them, you can do that as well. But it's just more of an assured income if you just sell them on the auction house yourself. Besides worms, all you need is a rod. Any type of rod will do, so whichever one you use for sports fishing, you'll just use for this fishing as well. Once you have your fishing rod and your bait, all you need to do is head down to the ocean. You can go to lakes and that kind of stuff as well, but the lakes don't generally give you as good things. They give you waterlogged sacks instead of waterlogged lock boxes, and they don't sell for as much and they don't seem to be as good. So definitely go use salt water rather than fresh water, and try to go to a safe zone as well, just because then no one can kill you and that kind of thing. If people see you, they'll often try and push you into the water and that kind of stuff, and it will interrupt your fishing. So just try and go somewhere secluded in a safe zone that people aren't going to come across you too often. Once you're down by the ocean, all you need to do is right click on cast, which is a little hook icon that is keybound to R. You don't want to just click on it though, you may want to make sure you right click it, because then you click out into the ocean and it will just auto cast in that same spot over and over. So then you can just leave, go AFK, and it will level up for you, get through your labour points and that kind of stuff. That's one good thing about fishing. For those of you who don't have much time to play, you can burn through your labour points while you're not even there. Now just before I show you the sports fishing, I want to talk a little bit about the stuff that you're going to need before you do head out. So it's obviously going to be beneficial to have a fishing boat, because then you're actually going to know the location of the fish and you can store fish in the hold and that kind of stuff. I do have a little walkthrough / tour of the fishing boat. I'll chuck a link in the description if you want to check that out. But you're also going to want to make sure that you have bait and lures. So bait is under cooking. You can make all the different types of bait and that kind of stuff. You'll be able to work that out though. As soon as you see a school of fish, you just hover over it. It tells you what type of fish they are, and then you just need to add that type of bait. Along with bait, you also need lures. So from 0 to just short of 20k, you're going to be using yellow lures. 20 to 30, you're going to be using green. 30 to just short of 50, you're going to be using blue lures. And then after that, you're going to be using red lures. So lures do get quite expensive though. Green ones are generally your best at the moment just because they are so cheap. That's also part of the reason that I recommend probably don't go sports fishing until you hit 20k. If you want to go out there and check out how it all works and that kind of stuff, don't hesitate, just jump out there. You don't need a fishing boat either, just jump on your clipper and go sail around or whatever until you do find a fishing spot, and then just give it a crack. But you're not going to be able to get in the medium or bigger size fish without having at least 20k sort of proficiency, and even then you're going to have to get pretty lucky to get in a medium-sized fish. You're not really going to be getting in the larger fish until you do hit max. But we'll head out and I'll show you how the sports fishing works. Alright, so you find fishing spots where seagulls are, they hover around where they are. All you need to do is hover over, find out what type of fish it is. We've got blue marlins, and I've got blue marlin bait right there. So you right click on it and just throw it into the water directly where it is. Make sure you do throw it where it is, otherwise it won't work. That will cause the fish to go into a feeding frenzy. Then all you need to do is to click on the sports fishing, which is default T. You don't need to auto cast this one, and then just click out in the ocean and off you go. It does take a little while to catch a fish. Sometimes you hook on straight away, sometimes you won't hook on at all and you just lose your lure, which does happen from time to time. Not very often, as you seem to go up proficiencies and use better lures and that kind of stuff, but it does happen sometimes. The most common mistake I see people making is hooking onto a fish and then not pressing tab when they first start. So you hook onto a fish, you have to tab to target it. As you can see, I've dragged the target frame from the top of the screen down to where the rod abilities are. It just makes it a lot easier to match them up. So as each debuff comes, you just need to match the debuff with the icon on the rod abilities list. So there are 5 different abilities, only 2 do damage. So the 2 on the bottom there, the 2 reels, they're the ones that do damage. The other ones you just need to do to reduce the tension on the line. If the tension gets to 20, the fish will get off. Also, if it takes too long to get in the fish, it will just swim off by itself as well. That you'll find that will happen a lot when you're at the lower levels and you hook onto a fish that is larger than 23k HP like this one. These are the smallest ones you can get. But as you can see, I like to click on the icons. Some people like to bind them to keys and stuff. It probably is better if you get the hang of binding it to the keys, but I'm just used to clicking it, and it really doesn't matter whichever way you feel most comfortable with. You can move while reeling in a fish as long as you don't jump. It won't interrupt the cast. Sometimes your fish will go out of range and you do need to go chase it down, so don't be afraid to move. Also, if you want to move your target bar like I did, you just need to shift click it and you can move any of the UI around. Also, if you're not on a fishing ship, you can come out here, cast from your boat, and then you can actually desummon your boat and just fish from the water. This makes it a lot safer because ships can't see you on their radars, and there's no chance of your ship being sunk and that kind of stuff. So if you're just out here by yourself and you don't need your boat to be there like you do for the fishing boat, make sure you do desummon it and just fish from the water. Also, do try and keep an eye out for the enemy or even just friendlies around, because there are a lot of people who try and kill you and take your fish. So just keep an eye out for that. Also, try and keep an eye on your fish, because sometimes they'll die in obscure spots and it can be hard to find. And you can see this one just gave up. Sometimes they do just give up when they get to low HP. You just got to run over to them, hit F, and you can pick them up. Then you can see them in your inventory as I'm showing now. This one is only worth a gold 76. The small marlins are worth hardly anything at all. If you go like sturgeons or something like that, the small sturgeons will be worth about 3 gold each. So that's a fair bit of difference. But the thing is, the big marlins are worth a lot more gold than what the big sturgeons are. So it's just a bit of a trade-off depending on where your proficiency is at. My proficiency is at 50k, so I am obviously trying for the larger fish. You can craft all your fishing rods and lures as well. I generally just buy mine off at the auction house, but if you want to look under handicraft, you'll be able to find how to craft all that kind of stuff as well. But I'm just going to quickly show you at the end here the biggest fish I've caught so far. As you can see, it is quite significantly larger than some of the smaller ones. It had 42k HP when I was trying to reel it in, and it is worth just short of 50 gold. These bigger ones you can actually chuck on the back hooks of the fishing ship, so you can't chuck any of the other ones on. The 35k HP ones are still too small, but you can string these ones up and it does look really cool. So yeah, it just looks even bigger on the back of the boat there. So you'll have that to look forward to once you hit max proficiency as well. But thanks heaps for watching, guys. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to throw them down in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you ASAP, so I hope to see you next time. Thank you very much for watching, and if this video helped you out or you just enjoyed it, please smack that like button, or you can also subscribe to my channel for more videos similar to this one. Thanks, guys.